Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Fashion Footprint. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of secondhand clothing. Whether you're a seasoned thrifter or just curious about sustainable fashion, this video will help you understand how pre-loved clothes went from a necessity to a fashion statement. We'll uncover the surprising origins of secondhand clothing, travel through time to witness its evolution, and explore why it's more relevant than ever in today's world. So, grab your favorite thrifted find and get comfy. Before bustling thrift stores and online marketplaces, clothing was a precious commodity. In ancient civilizations, clothes were a testament to the effort and artistry involved in their creation. Because of the time and resources dedicated to making each piece, clothing was incredibly valuable. Hand-me-downs were a sign of respect for the craftsmanship and an acknowledgement of the garment's enduring worth. Families would carefully mend, alter, and pass down clothing through generations. Even wealthy individuals understood the inherent value of well-made garments. Fast forward to the 19th century, and the Industrial Revolution changed the way clothing was produced. Suddenly, what was once a laborious handcrafted process became mechanized, making clothing faster and cheaper to produce. With mass production came a surge in the availability of new clothing. For many working-class families, buying brand new clothing, even at lower prices, was still a financial stretch. Enter the rag fairs of England. These bustling open-air markets became a lifeline for those seeking affordable clothing. The rag fairs weren't just about affordability. They were vibrant community hubs, buzzing with energy and a sense of shared resourcefulness. The Industrial Revolution might have ushered in a new era of mass production, but the rag fairs ensured that the tradition of secondhand clothing not only survived, but thrived. As the 20th century dawned, a new kind of secondhand shopping experience began to emerge: the charity shop. Organizations like the Salvation Army and Goodwill recognized the need to support vulnerable communities while also promoting reuse and reducing waste. These early charity shops provided a dignified way for people to access affordable clothing while simultaneously supporting important social causes. Individuals could donate their gently used garments, knowing that their contributions would help fund vital programs and services for those in need. The impact of these charity shops extended far beyond their practical benefits. They became beacons of compassion and community support, fostering a sense of collective responsibility. Thrifting wasn't just about finding a good deal anymore. It was about aligning your values with your shopping habits. The legacy of these early charity shops continues to this day, standing as a testament to the power of community and compassion. From necessity to style statement, secondhand clothing in the 1960s and 70s. The 1960s and 70s witnessed a seismic cultural shift, and with it, a radical reimagining of what secondhand fashion could be. Vintage clothing became a symbol of individuality and a rejection of mass-produced conformity. Young people flocked to thrift stores, not just out of necessity, but as treasure hunters seeking unique pieces that reflected their personal style and values. Military jackets were adorned with peace symbols, tie-dye shirts became canvases for self-expression, and flared jeans were the uniform of a generation yearning for change. This era also saw the rise of iconic secondhand fashion destinations like Kensington Market in Toronto and Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. The 1960s and 70s proved that secondhand clothing could be more than just practical. It could be a powerful form of self-expression and a celebration of individuality. Grunge, thrifting, and the mainstreaming of secondhand style. The 1990s saw secondhand clothing reach new heights of mainstream acceptance, thanks to the gritty, anti-establishment aesthetic of the grunge movement. Bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam became cultural icons, and their signature style, ripped jeans, oversized flannels, resonated with a generation disillusioned by the excess of the 80s. thrift stores became the go-to destination for replicating this effortlessly cool look. The 90s saw a growing awareness of environmental issues, and a new generation of shoppers was beginning to question the impact of their consumption habits. Thrifting offered a way to express your personal style while also reducing waste and embracing a more sustainable approach to fashion. The 1990s proved that secondhand clothing wasn't just a passing fad, it was a cultural force to be reckoned with. Clicking for clothes, the digital revolution of secondhand fashion. The rise of the internet and e-commerce platforms like eBay opened up a whole new world of possibilities for thrifted fashion. Suddenly, geographical boundaries disappeared, and that rare vintage find could be just a click away. This digital shift democratized access to secondhand clothing, making it easier than ever to find unique pieces and connect with like-minded fashion enthusiasts. The early 2000s saw the emergence of online platforms specifically dedicated to secondhand fashion. Websites like Depop and Poshmark offered curated marketplaces where users could buy and sell pre-loved clothing and accessories. The digital revolution also amplified the voices of sustainable fashion advocates, raising awareness about the environmental and social impacts of the fast fashion industry. The internet didn't just change the way we shopped for secondhand clothing, it fundamentally transformed our relationship with it. Thrifting for the future. Secondhand clothing in the present day. Fast forward to today, and secondhand clothing is no longer a niche hobby or a countercultural statement. It's a global phenomenon. Driven by a growing awareness of the fashion industry's environmental impact, a desire for unique and affordable pieces, and the thrill of the hunt, thrifting has become a mainstream movement. Gen Z and millennials in particular have become powerful advocates for secondhand fashion. They are leading the charge against fast fashion, choosing to invest in quality, pre-loved pieces that tell a story and minimize their environmental footprint. The global secondhand clothing market is booming, projected to reach a staggering $77 billion by 2025. Choosing secondhand clothing isn't just a fashion statement, it's a radical act of rebellion against a system that prioritizes profit over people and the planet. What's next for pre-loved, the future of secondhand fashion? As we stand at the crossroads of fashion and sustainability, one thing is clear. Secondhand clothing is no longer a trend. It's the future. Several exciting trends are shaping the landscape, promising even more innovative and accessible ways to embrace sustainable style. The rise of clothing rental platforms is challenging the very notion of ownership, allowing individuals to access designer garments and experiment with different styles without contributing to textile waste. Technology is also playing a pivotal role in the evolution of secondhand fashion. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are being used to improve online shopping experiences, making it easier to find specific items and discover new brands. The future of secondhand fashion is bright, driven by innovation, technology, and a growing collective desire to create a more equitable and sustainable fashion industry. Join the secondhand revolution. From ancient hand-me-downs to the digital thrifting revolution, we've seen how pre-loved clothes have evolved from a practical necessity to a powerful statement of individuality, sustainability, and social consciousness. Next time you're browsing the racks of your favorite thrift store or scrolling through an online marketplace, remember that you're not just shopping for clothes, you're participating in a movement. Every thrifted purchase is a vote for a more mindful and responsible approach to fashion. Thank you for joining me on this adventure through time and textiles. Until next time, happy thrifting.